on the air, yeah, we're ready to go there. It went back to the same feed, so
Cool.
so we're all right there. But anyway, we were talking about Juan Yepez, and I hope you got all of that. I don't know how far we were into that, but Juan Yepez is the young guy from Venezuela who got called up from the Cardinals. And the process of getting called up, you have to be on a 40-man roster. They'll have 40 guys on the roster. And then if you get called up to go play on one of the 26 positions that the Cardinals had, you have to be on the 40-man roster. And to get on the 40-man roster, you got to take somebody off the 40-man roster. And when you take somebody off the 40-man roster, you put that guy out there where he is susceptible to being picked up by some other agents, some other team as a free agent. And baseball, like anything football, when you get to professional sports, when one guy gets moved up, somebody's crushed that has to move back down. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it happens to be. And we mentioned Grant. Grant went to Memphis and pitched real well when they had 21 pitchers, and then they had the COVID outbreak, and he had to go back to Springfield because they needed it, and they said, look, let's see if you'd be a starting pitcher down there, and he finished the year at Springfield and didn't get called back up because he got injured. But the Juan Yepez story, look up Juan Yepez, and it's Y-E-P-E-Z, Juan, obviously with a J, J-U-A-N, Juan Yepez, and a guy from Venezuela who it's a great story. It's a great story. Hayden, you like my spelling bee lesson?
It's
Sir?
why. What did you?
Did I say why?
Y-E-P-E-Z. But he said Juan like you spell it with a J.
A J. Yeah, Juan Yepez like a Y, but with a J. John, it looks like Juan, J-U-A-N. Juan.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how you do it when you Juan Yepez. But what else is going on, Hayden? Talk a little bit about the Cardinals. We got a lot of Greyhound stuff getting up, and people are interested in talking about the Greyhounds and what may or may not have happened up at where'd we go? Mountain View the other night. But the Bank of England Mortgage Company, if you're looking to get you a new home loan, you're buying a house and you need a mortgage on that house, we recommend the Bank of England Mortgage Company. Kenny Thaxton, and I mean, just what a job he does. But he brings you I guess we call it, it's not a look back, it's customized vision care. But we're going to talk about the Hounds, and let's run that ad real quick. If you need a mortgage, we certainly recommend the Bank of England Mortgage Company. Kenny Thaxton and Cheryl Smart Looper, the class of '90, your Greyhound lending team. Even if you need to refi your home, now's a great opportunity to do that. Guys, the Hounds go on the road on a game that we really thought we were going to win, and just Mountain View was the better team last Friday night, and they came away with a victory. Hayden, your thoughts?
Well, they had a good game plan, and like we were talking about earlier, I mean, those kids are trying just as hard as we are, and obviously they were the better football team that night. But a lot to go off of that game is how do you respond on a game that you thought was a for sure win on the road. You thought you were better than those guys, and they show up. Because at the end of the day, and we always talk about it, when you wear that orange helmet and you got Newport across your chest, everybody's going to give you the best game. And so what do you do now? How do we learn from it? because it could be a reality check for some of them saying, maybe we're not as good as we think we are. Maybe we need to do some different things or put in the extra work or do those types of things and go on a little run here, because realistically, that's usually the teams that make the runs have that loss in the back of their head like that, where it was like, we shouldn't have got beat by them. Now it's time, hey, we're going to buckle down. We're going to get some things going. So that's the looking forward to, is how do you respond when adversity hits you in the mouth?
I would agree completely with what you said. I would have loved to have lost the Dumas game about the middle of the regular season and had a one-loss, be a one-loss team going into the playoffs, as opposed to it's your last game, you haven't lost yet, and bam, all of a sudden, you let one slip by you. You just got to prepare for Salem and go on. And Mountain View had the better team. They beat Newport, and it is what it is. But we got to move on. We got to beat Salem.
Yeah, Salem coming here, we get another home game, and that's kind of unusual in itself. We've had one this year. We had a scrimmage game, but to get another home game that's pretty exciting. But I do want to spend a little bit more time talking about the Mountain View game. You get in there and you give these guys. These guys earned a couple of touchdowns, and then we had a guy tackled for a short gain, and he turned it into a large gain, and C.J. Young ran him down inside the 10, and they get up by 3 scores. And then we come back after halftime. First time we get the ball, we just march it right down the field and put points on the board, and then get it back again after we hold them, and then we start marching it back down the field and couldn't convert. We had a 2nd down and 2, and then we had a 3rd down and 2, and then we had a 4th down and 3. And we couldn't get it converted, but that's part of the game, because those other guys, as we say, were trying too. But I don't think that was a stunning loss. I just think it was a
tough loss.
Mountain View loss. Mountain View played a little better than we did that night, and I know that Coach Mark Hinesley will have his kids back to work as they did today. And that's all Mark told me the other night. He said, the only thing I know is go back to work. So we got to get better. And that's always been his philosophy after a tough loss. That's always been his philosophy after a good win. We're going to go back in there. We're going to go back to work. You can't rest on your laurels, and if things don't go quite as well as you want them to go, you have to go back to work. And Hayden, I think you hit it right on the head. What did you learn?
Yep, you got to learn something.
You got to learn something.
Wins
from that
and
loss.
losses, every game you got to learn something.
And how do you respond to that? How you respond to that tells everything about your football team. I think we have a real good football team.
I think we do.
And I think, don't you think these guys can make a run?
Yeah, they're very, very capable. Talent all over the field, man. They're a good bunch. They know what they've been in that state of mind of winning before, and I think they can get back to it. It's just a tough loss, and not like I said earlier, nobody likes losing. It's not fun. There's nothing fun about losing, but everybody has to do it at some point, and you just deal with it. And like you said, learn something, move forward, get better. That is the most important thing.
Hayden, we'll talk just a little bit about Salem, and I know I haven't done any research on them whatsoever, but I do know that when we went up there last year, they were a hard-nosed, hard-hitting football team, and it's not a gimme. It's not a gimme.
No.
When those guys come in, the Salem Greyhounds, it'll be Greyhounds on Greyhounds. The only assurance is that the Greyhounds are going to win Friday night.
I was a little shocked last year at how physical Salem really was, and I think we ended up winning by 2 or 3 touchdowns, but the score wasn't really as close as it indicated in the game, because we got a couple late ones in the 4th quarter and kind of came alive and ran away with it. But you talk about a hard-nosed football team. They always swarm to the football. One of those teams on the offensive end, they've got a big front, and they're going to use that to their advantage, obviously. And more than likely, they're going to watch Mountain View and say, look, we're going to use our size, and we're going to try to run some clock. We're not going to let these guys get an opportunity to let the defense get a rest. We're going to just keep going at them and have those 13, 15-yard drives. And if it turns into a punt, we just waste a whole quarter.
Right, absolutely.
And that was kind of the mindset with Mountain View, and I thought that was kind of their mindset to do, because going back, I watched a little bit of them playing Harding, and they were spread the whole time.
Right.
They were trying to play catch-up.
Right.
When they took that touchdown lead and the Hounds turn over and then they go up 2 scores, they're like, oh, here we go.
High formation.
You ain't getting this one back. No, sir. And rightfully so. I think it was the right call. I think obviously the same thing with Salem that we were talking about for Mountain View. You got to go hit them in the mouth first. You got to go put some points on the board. You got to put those teams that want to chew clock and got those big linemen to where they've got to hurry up and do things that they're not used to, of scoring and trying to score with you. I think that's obviously the game plan for the Hounds.
Ben Black, mean, I look at it and I go, hey, it's over. You move on, correct?
Absolutely.
That's about all you can do. That's about all you can do. We're
mean,
talking about the Greyhounds and a lot of season left. Only 2 games. Everybody else will be playing 4, not in our conference. Our conference is one of those conferences that doesn't get to play all the games, but some of them may had some open dates early. But we play Salem, then we have an open date, then we have Harding here, then we have another open date. So 2 out of the next 4 weeks we won't be playing unless somebody comes up with a COVID issue and the team that doesn't.
Which is
have
very,
COVID.
very likely.
Yeah,
Very
it
likely.
is likely.
I don't see the Hounds picking up a Week 10 game.
Right.
But
Even if it came available, I just don't see that happening because after playing Harding, because both teams are going to need that week off because it's going to be one of those knockdown dragouts. There's going to be a lot of boom booms and there's going to be some things go on, and I really think a Week 9 will be perfect to get you in that mindset of not having that week off, kind of like you were talking about with Dumas. You had that week off, and then you go to Dumas, and you don't really know how to
just out of your routine.
You're practicing, but you're not
Practicing for anybody.
you're not
really.
practicing for anything. Honestly, I mean, the way you really
You're just
look at
getting
it,
through practice.
you're just getting to Friday, and then it's like, all right, I'll see y'all Monday,
Yeah.
and you're like, whoa, this ain't right.
It's very strange because
So-
you never do that. Every time
Yeah.
you prepare, you're preparing for a team.
You got somebody up there, and it says, hey, we're playing so-and-so. We got to beat their tail. That's what we're doing. And so I think the Hounds will try to obviously get a Week 9 game, and I hope they do, and I hope it's a home game.
Yeah.
I hope that for the fans to come out and experience that, especially with the COVID last year, not getting to have full capacity and doing those things. I think it'd be really good for the Hounds. And like I said, it's Salem this week, and you're learning from Mountain View, and it's time to get on a roll.
Yep.
And then this is when you get on your roll right here.
Program brought to you by Diaz Scrap Metal, by C&M Ag Depot, by Fletcher Land Surveying, by Fathead Pizza. We had a couple of winners, Jamariel Ballantyne and Kylan Krapp, both with the hits of the week. Those guys made some good contact. Not very often we give it to an offensive guy, but just happened to be that we did the other night.
Ballantyne shoots out of there like a torpedo.
rocket, yeah.
I don't know. He's one of those fun guys to watch because of just how ruthless he is when he gets the ball in his hands. Because it's one cut, and you always hear that one cut and you're gone.
It's like it's so much enthusiasm when he's got. He just boom,
and he's patient behind the offensive line. He's not a guy, just give me the ball, I'm going to go. He's patient. He reads it out, and it's boom, boom. And
it's just
you love watching a guy like that because it almost looks like you're watching a Sunday night game of how they go through their progression, and then they stick the one foot in the ground and then go make a play. I like Ballantyne. And the dude runs it like he's 225.
He does,
like
doesn't
a
he?
big
He
man.
goes in there after he makes that cut and the linebacker's there. He's like, here we go.
I thought he was going to shoot, didn't he?
Yeah. So, I mean, you always like to watch a kid run hard like that. And I thought Krapp played very well, too.
You see a lot of pluses with his football team. There's a lot of pluses. I mean, everybody gets discouraged when you don't win, and it doesn't matter whether you're for the Cardinals or the Razorbacks, and we'll talk Razorbacks more later on in the program. But everybody gets a little discouraged, but it's just part of it. And you lose, you learn, you move on, you go on to the next week. And you talk about our kids. It's a kid's game. It's not about us as fans, and it's not about the coaches. I mean, it's about the kids, and it's about what the kids can do and what they bring to the table and how they respond to the adversity that you mentioned, Hayden. And I would say that, you've been knocked down. Are you willing to get up and fight? You got to get up and fight. But program's also brought to you by White River Health System, the care you need 7 days a week. Dr. Randall Hunt, Dr. Nicole Lawson, APRN Marlo Hargrave for primary care needs at the Newport Diagnostic Medical Clinic. Farmer's Tire Mart, where the rubber meets the road. El Puente Mexican Restaurant, the best Mexican food anywhere in the world. We mentioned the Bank of England Mortgage Company, Unity Health Newport, Delta Manufacturing Company, Temp Pro, the Lassiter Boys, and Blue Bridge Brews and Bakery, Customized Vision Care, who provides the look back. And I do want to do the two chicks' birthday report, talk about the birthdays that are coming up this week. Ben Black, as soon as you get that ready to go, we'll do the birthday report for Two Chicks Florist and more, Malcolm Avenue in Newport at 1014 Malcolm Avenue. Happy birthdays today to Nanette Cooper and Jerry Carson. And tomorrow's birthdays, Justin Doyle has a birthday and Rachel Gons with a birthday. And then on Wednesday, Joe Goss, Michael Cooper, Glenda Rutledge May has a birthday on Wednesday, as does Michael Brumley, Lance Connor, Mr. Tommy Gregory with a birthday, and Kyron Stafford on Thursday. John Lasseter, Phil Stacy, Alan Russell from 42 Sports, Dr. Roger Green on Thursday, Leslie Mundy Cockrell, and Kenny Black, Coach Kenny Black, who was here this afternoon, he has a birthday coming up here on the 14th. And Ken Black, Cindy Black had birthdays yesterday. On Friday, Robbie Ballantyne, Carly Mosley, Jeff Tapp, Ricky Cooper has a birthday, Charles McClendon, Natalie Hahn, John Robinson, and Colton Lowry. And then on Saturday, Alfonso Dean, Matt Warhart, Al Massey. And on Sunday, Scotty Gann with a birthday. And we want to wish everybody a happy, happy birthday this week, and next week, and the week before. And is your birthday coming up? When's your birthday?
May.
In May. Well, we got a long way to go. Ben?
Colton Willis got married yesterday.
Colton Willis got married yesterday.
So, I mean, that's almost like a birthday because you're just counting them.
That's better than a birthday,
Is
isn't
it?
Yeah, got married.
Got hitched.
Where did he get hitched?
Destin, I believe.
Oh, in Destin, the big time. Big time. Well, congratulations to Colton. That's awesome.
Congrats, Willis.
And 1 year ago, I asked Caitlin to be my wife. Or
A year ago today?
A year ago yesterday,
Awesome. Anniversary.
I guess.
Pretty good. Next thing on the agenda is what? It's a look back at the Hogs. Customized Vision Care look back.
It's your world. We just live in it.
I know. We won't talk about the Hogs. I was excited about the Hogs in the football game Saturday.
You have to be.
I thought they
There's
played.
no other emotion to have about it.
I thought they played well. What do you think?
Let's get this customized vision care and we'll come right back to my thoughts.
And we're back.
David, we're back.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to take over?
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about the Hogs?
Well, sure.
Let's hear it.
Well, Ben, first of all, I think that the Hog offense came alive. I thought KJ Jefferson was phenomenal. They kept talking about this Matt Coral, whatever his last name is.
Heisman guy.
How he's the Heisman guy. And I watched the game, and then they showed the stats, and they're about even on stats, actually. KJ had better stat lines. So, Hog performance, what do you think about it?
Well, if we're talking about it as a total performance, I think it was awesome. If we're talking about a KJ Jefferson performance, I think it was awesome too. A guy from Sardis, Mississippi, not even offered by the Ole Miss Rebels, comes in there as an Arkansas Razorback and puts up numbers with their Heisman quarterback. That's pretty impressive. Win, lose, or draw, that statistic alone is worth going down there for, in my opinion. As a football player, that's awesome.
David, there wasn't a lot of defense played in this game. Obviously, 52-51.
I know Lane Kiffin said that there was one play that his defense stopped Arkansas. Last play of the game. He says only play all night.
I will say that I didn't think his defense stopped us.
I don't think he did either. Not one play.
I mean, because even if you do get it, we had a right tackle that got up the field. I think it was an RPO play that he might not have understood, and he was in the end zone with the guy. I liked going for two. I've always said on the road, you got a chance to win.
I don't care if you're
you
at home.
always go for it. But there's no way anybody gets that ball other than 1 or 16 in all white. KJ, he got you there, and 16 got you there. I think that should have been the obvious call. David, what would you have called? What was your offensive play call?
Well, I can't dispute what those guys called, and the reason I can't because I didn't prepare all week for the game plan, and I do know this. I watched Coach Pittman. They went right to him after they scored, and as soon as they scored, he immediately went up too. So they had that play set up all week. I don't think it was a deal where they go, okay, what I'm going to call here because of this. I think they knew what they were going to call. They thought that play would work. That's what they had prepared for. So that was the play that they thought was going to help them win the football game. No doubt the right call to go for two, and the right call because that's the one that those guys thought. I mean, so I don't know. I wasn't there all week to prepare. I didn't look at any film. I didn't know how their defense would respond to that. So I can't make that call.
So you didn't answer my question. So I'll answer my own question.
KJ Jefferson, quarterback draw. The whole country says quarterback draw, but they didn't know.
I think one on an option play, and hey, look, if you got it, put your body on the line. We got to go win here. And if it's not there,
Wouldn't be a bad call.
A little pitch out. I thought that's really when we broke the huddle. I was like, here we go. We're going to get it. And I'm not mad. Obviously, the only thing that you take away is what happened to our defense. But it's Lane Kiffin's offense, and they've got
a Heisman quarterback.
They've got a Heisman quarterback. I mean, they've got some guys that can obviously go, and that's the reason they play in the SEC. I mean, anybody can be beat at any given time, and that showed Alabama and Texas A&M.
Looking further ahead, we got Auburn coming in this coming week. What you feeling about the Hogs having a possibility of another loss or a possibility of a win?
Well, we're going to get a win this week, UAPB, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was Auburn next.
I think it's UAPB this
good.
weekend, 11
We'll
o'clock
win that
kickoff. And get things going on the right direction. I think Auburn's a lot better than I thought they were 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I agree with that.
Because they scored a touchdown against Georgia.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's only one other team that can say that, and that was South Carolina, and they scored it in trash time. They were down 52-0, and they got a quick little 6 at the end of the game. So I don't even really count that. You got a chance to obviously play Auburn. You get them play them at home. Should be another big game for the Hogs. And I said once we took care and went 4-0, now the expectations you got to go 8-4. You need to split your conference. You need to go 4-4 in your conference, and I think that goal is not. I don't think that it's out of reach by no means. I mean, Ole Miss was a game I thought we could win, and you didn't get that done. Auburn's a game I still think we can win. You can obviously Mississippi State and LSU, Missouri. I think those are going to be 3 games where the Hogs will be favorites in, and if you want to stay in that top 25, I think you got to beat Auburn at home.
I think so too, and I do know that, and you got Alabama in there that you have to play, and just, Alabama gets stunned. I mean, they get stunned.
Well, we beat A&M, they beat Alabama,
I know,
so we're
better.
national champs.
That's exactly right. Exactly.
Hey, we beat Alabama. We
Did
might
you
as
watch
well
the
beat
game? Did you watch the game?
Watch the
What'd
game.
you think about the game?
I thought Texas A&M's backup quarterback played a phenomenal game. He needed to get rid of the ball when he needed to. I didn't think that they had very much success in the rushing attack, which nobody does against Alabama. The only thing that I've seen that was different from Alabama's other games is Texas A&M got on the quarterback and made him think real quick to get rid of the ball. And they had different looks on – you think they're about to drop 7 here, and then they bring 7, and then how they disguised it. And there was always a guy getting a shot on that freshman quarterback, and I think maybe the moment was a little big for him.
I agree.
Playing at College Station, I mean, I know that place was going crazy.
It was rowdy, I'm sure.
So maybe the stage a little too big, but I'll say this. It sucks for everybody else in the SEC because Alabama is now – they're about to go get that fixed, and they're about to just go ahead and spank everybody the rest of the way, more than likely. And that's what I was talking about. You need to have that kind of loss to where we're 18.5-point favorites.
Yes.
I think the Hounds were 14-point favorites against Mountain View. You need a loss like that to reflect on and say, that will never happen again to us.
That's right.
And that's what Alabama's –
That's what Nick Saban said.
Has proven to do is, hey, we're going to learn from this.
That's right. It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Exactly.
It's going to be a good thing. This is going to be a good thing.
And sometimes a loss better than a win because you learn a lot more about your football team on Monday. What are they going to do? How are they going to respond? Did they give up? Are they going to fight? And so to go off that, yes, I think that Alabama is going to respond, and they'll respond very, very well. I hate it for the Hogs.
Nick Saban said that all of our goals and expectations have not changed. Our goal is to get to the SEC championship game, to win the SEC championship game, and to have an opportunity to get in the playoffs and win a national championship. He said, and that hasn't changed. That did not change the other night. Now, if you get 2 losses, that may change dramatically, but I don't think if you get a second loss, it may be to Georgia in the SEC championship game. Because I'm talking about Georgia is a great football team.
Alabama.
Georgia is a great football team. And I think the biggest difference when you look at those 2 teams is the young quarterback for Alabama that you just mentioned. I think.
Well, what better way to develop?
And how good was Mac Jones?
Oh, man.
How good was that guy
Yeah.
when he gets in the NFL?
Picks apart the Bucks.
And just plays Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this guy was absolutely phenomenal. But there's a guy who, that football team last year was awesome, and a lot of that had to do with that quarterback. Agreed?
Oh, absolutely. And that young quarterback, that's,
It's going to take him some time.
It is a tough spot, but you develop that guy, you get that stuff out of the way, and, next year, this same time, he'll be a completely different quarterback more than likely.
Well, we're going to end the program and get out of here. We'll try to get till about 7 o'clock. We appreciate everybody watching tonight. And, Josh, we appreciate what you do and coming each and every Monday night. And, Hayden, you being, I know you guys got better things to do than sit around and talk about sports, but that's what we love to do. But we're going to end with a couple of videos, the Unity Health Subway post-game report, and then also the Robert Turner highlights from Mountain View. And, put together a 10-minute highlight. You say, well, there weren't a lot of highlights because we only scored once. And I came up with 10 minutes worth of stuff that I thought was pretty good. But, guys, appreciate you taking time to join us tonight. Thanks again.
Go Hounds.
Go Hounds.
Go Hounds. Jacob Ozier joins us on the sidelines, the Unity Health player, kid that plays on both sides of the ball. The tough loss tonight, and Coach wasn't really pleased with the effort, but we'll get better.
Yes, sir, we will. It's a everyday thing, every week thing. We always got to get better and better. No matter if it's a win, if it's a loss, we got to do better than what we did the next week.
What do you weigh?
I weigh about.
And what are those guys that were blocking you tonight? What do those guys weigh?
They're like 280, 300.
So it makes a huge difference. I mean, when those guys are big and strong, and the difference in the ball game is just, I mean, those guys just kept wearing on us and wearing on us and wearing on us. But proud of the effort, and we had a chance. We cut a 20-0 lead to 28, had the ball driving the ball, and it just didn't happen tonight for the Greyhounds.
No, sir. No, we could have. It was like we were getting frustrated a lot of the times, and we just need to fix that. That's the main thing on our offense.
Well, just get it fixed and get better. And like Coach said, you got a couple of games left, and it's all about playoff seedings. And sometimes you go on the road, it doesn't work real well. Sometimes you play at home, it doesn't work real well. But the bottom line is they're going to let us play some more.
Yes, sir.
Jacob, good to see you. You're our Unity Health player of the game. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Subway Coach's Report. Coach Mark Hinsley, we appreciate you taking time to join us after a tough loss on the road at Mountain View.
Yeah, that's what I told Jacob when he left. That's a hard one to do, and I appreciated him coming up here, and I'm sure you get a good one. Yeah, tough one.
Well, anytime you lose a ball game that you expected to win, it's always hard on you. It's hard on everybody, but I think this team is going to be good enough to win some games down the stretch and hopefully make some noise.
Yeah, when you go against a team like Mountain View, they're kind of our kryptonite. They line up, they got all their big guys, and they try to crush you. And we couldn't get off the field when we needed to. I think that kind of was a big determining factor for us, and we've got to keep fighting, and that's what I keep telling the kids is you got to keep fighting, and because you still got a name on the front of your chest, and there's still some pride that goes along with that, and our kids have got to figure that out, and they got to keep fighting.
Well, I appreciate you taking time to join us. I know you got to get with your kids, but Coach, good luck to you. We've got a couple more games left, and put this one behind you, and I know you will, and you'll go to work, and hopefully things will be better next time.
Yeah, go Hounds.
As always, go Hounds.
First and 10 for the Hounds. Here's Crichton in motion. Fake and go underneath with Alcorn. Alcorn with a stiff arm getting outside and goes out of bounds around the 27-yard line. Good positive there for Alcorn.
Yeah, watching them early on, Hayden, they're capable of throwing the ball deep.
Here's the snap and trying to get outside, and Antoine Hardaway is all over him. Brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Going to kick it deep, and that's Crite. Fields it around the 16-yard line. Crite with a head of steam, and Crite breaking a few tackles and still on his feet. So he's going to get across midfield, and a good return as the Hounds will have great field position around the 48-yard line.
Give Mountain View credit on that last drive where they scored. They just kept running those little short dives and a little give here, a little counter, and just caught us asleep and made a good play. It's a perfect throw, perfect catch.
First and 10, here's a snap, a quarterback keep, and he is gobbled up immediately. Ooh. That's Young along with Hardaway and Drennan in on the tackle.
Josh Drennan was coming hard, buddy. Twice. It is what it is. First and 15 for the Jackets.
From the 49. Snap, gonna throw it out, looks like a double pass. Gonna throw it, and it's batted away by Jadarius Reed. Flag on the play. I don't think they had 7 guys on the line of scrimmage.
It's a great job nonetheless by Jadarius Reed deflecting the pass there and making a move. He had his guy all the way. Attaboy Nung. Yeah, they got the lead here. They're going to run as much clock and try to keep the football as long as they can tonight. Quarterback keeper.
He just stays outside and doesn't have a lot of room. He's slung out of bounds. That's Colin Crite there.
Well, you can't set the edge any better than that.
No, that's absolutely textbook. Colin Crite, just a great job there, young man.
Here's the snap, dive play, and gobbled up. That's Jeremy Jarrett along with Antoine Hardaway.
Good job there by the defensive front, and Hardaway there to make the tackle. 44 seconds clock moving here in the first. Physical than we are.
2nd and 9. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Gonna air it out. Throws it up, and it's picked off. That's Jadarius Reed to pick it off, and that's what the Hounds needed there.
Well, you got to have a play, and that's a playmaker there making a play. And Jadarius Reed, Colin Crite there with his man covered well. Reed comes over on the help coverage and does a great job to secure the pass and get the interception.
Quad said empty backfield for Alcorn. Here's the snap. He's just going to try to get out wide. Now cutting back across the field is Alcorn. Alcorn with a little room. Alcorn still on his feet near midfield. Is going to be tackled right around the 49-yard line. Big play right there for Eli Alcorn.
It's a Go Greenway Equipment Company first down there. Great job by Eli, just being able to read that and see there's nothing out here on the outside, so he cuts it backside and runs.
Here comes Crichton motion. Snap. They give it to him on the jet sweep. Crichton finally goes down inside the 45, brought down to around the 44. No. Snap and a jet sweep, or excuse me, just a sweep play to Ballantyne. Ballantyne has enough for Greenway Equipment Company first down and more. Brought down around the 33-yard line. Break a few tackles, gets outside. C.J. Young's in a foot race to bring him down and does. And now Mountain View going to try to add on here.
C.J. Young just refused to be told no. Great job of pursuit there. That young man Looks to be slow to get up. Come on, defense.
The Hounds can get a stop.
Hounds got to bow their back
Watch
here.
the tight end here on the slip. On 4th down, here comes motion. Long count, Hounds don't fall for.
11 to the top.
Snap, and he's hit. That's C.J. Young to bring him down. And a turnover on downs, and that's what the Hounds want there.
Hey, that's a huge stop for the Newport Greyhound defense there.
Braxton in at quarterback.
7:33 to go in the third.
Kendall yet to get a touch. Ballantyne in at the tailback. Trips to the top of your screen. From the 13. Quick throw out to Nunk. Nunk's got a little room outside. Great blocking on the perimeter. It's Darius Reed. A stiff arm and finally pushed out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Good play there. Just a nice toss and catch there from Braxton to Nunk. Trips to the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 10 here for the Hounds. Snap. Quick toss and catch out to Brennan Curry as Curry will get up to around the 47-yard line.
Curry does a great job there with some football knowledge and just finds open space and makes a move.
Well, the quick passes have been there.
Windy.
On 3rd and a couple, they go Ballantyne. Ballantyne squeaking outside. Ballantyne still on his feet, dragging defenders. He's going to be brought down around the 32-yard line.
Kendall.
Big positives here for the Hounds.
Isaiah Kendall does a great job of holding his man long enough, not holding, but blocking his man long enough to give Ballantyne a choice and a seam, and that's exactly what he found. Ballantyne made the move, enough to be a Gold Greenway Equipment Company first down.
Ball rests comfortably at the 32 here for the Hounds on 2nd and 10. Here comes Nunk in motion. Back the other way, and they throw it out to Nunk. Nunk just puts his head down and tries to run over a guy. He's going to get down inside the 30 to around the 27-yard line.
Nunk hitting the defender like a bullet. Great pass and catch there from Braxton to Reed.
3rd and about 5, maybe 4.
6:18 clock moving here in the third.
And you've got 2 downs to get it here, but you've got to have a positive here. You need to get 3 or 4 on this down. You don't have to get a touchdown, but we would like it if we did.
Here's the snap. Braxton looks to throw. He's got Caden Johnson at the sticks. Caden makes a guy miss. Caden's going to be brought down right around the 10-yard line. Hounds going quick here and a lot of momentum.
Good pass and catch there.
Braxton being a difference maker right here in the 3rd quarter. Snap. Braxton looks to throw, throws it underneath to Kendall. Kendall bobbles it, makes a guy miss. There's a stiff arm. Kendall diving out. I love the effort there, getting inside the 5 to maybe the 3-yard line.
Drink of water.
2nd and 3.
Snap. Ballantyne fumbles it, holds on to it, spins. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Greyhounds.
Yes!
The Hounds.
They did exactly what they had to do, Hayden Schultz. They went in there at halftime. We made some adjustments. We said, all right, this is what we got to do to win the football game, guys. You got to come out. You got to put points on the board, and that's what we did.
Hounds went 87 yards there. Is that right, David?
That is correct.
After the Newport Greyhound defense hold
They did it in 2 minutes.
the 13-yard line, going for 2.
2-point conversion. Braxton. He's going to call his own number. 2-point conversion, walks in. Hounds got momentum here, David Black. Who else? Here's the snap, 11. Getting outside, now calling his own number, trying to make something out of nothing, and nothing's there. He's brought down around the 35-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Jaden Godare, Brendan Curry, along with Antoine Hardaway there to make the stop. Just great effort there by those guys.
On 2nd down, Braxton looks to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket and make something out of nothing, and a Go Greenway Equipment Company 1st down up to around the 42-yard line.
Hey, good move by that young man there. Good awareness to see that he didn't have anything open and he had a little lane there. Take it and move the chains, as we said, for the Go Greenway Equipment Company 1st down. Check them out, gogreenway.com. 2:37 clock moving here in the 3rd.
Snap, going to throw it out to Curry. Curry's got room. Curry with a 1st down, a little more, as he's going to be brought down inside Mountain View territory to the 45-yard line.
Apparently.
Right is right now.
2nd and 10. Snap. Now going Ballantyne up the middle. Ballantyne bouncing. as he's going to get across midfield, enough for Greenway Equipment Company first down around the 48-yard line, and the Hounds back in Mountain View territory with 1:59 to go in the third. On 1st and 10, the snap, Braxton, just a little shovel pass outside to Ballantyne, sticking his head down.
Running like a big man there. Ballantyne lowers the shoulder for an extra couple yards. Hey, I tell you what, I think we need to put him in the clubhouse on that one, guys. That's a fathead pizza collision of the week there.
That's going to do it here. Mountain View is going to walk away victorious here at home against your Newport Greyhounds, 26-8.